Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Pony Montana. In this video, we're going to be going over something that you guys should know if you guys want to be more pro level when it comes to Madden in general. This has been the case every single year, and I figured I'd talk about it in this video. Now, before I get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below on anything you guys might want on the channel, and hit that noti bell so you guys never miss a video. So, topic of discussion today is going to be verticals. Verticals in Madden has been a staple in becoming a good Madden player. That's why most of the tournament champions that you've seen this year throughout the entire MCS, I'm talking about Henry, Kobo, 88, whoever won anything this year, you will see them running this play. And it's verticals, and it's one of the reasons why a lot of people think that Madden is a copy and paste kind of situation, but it is and it isn't. The reason why people run certain plays and certain formations is because there's always this one play that makes a formation stand out more than anything. And it's something that if you guys are looking to create a scheme, every single scheme that you develop or create for yourself, or any ebook that you might buy, or any YouTuber that you might try to copy and emulate, this is going to be something that you guys are going to want to have. And it's going to be that one set play that stands out from the rest, and it's just one of those goated plays. Verticals is the play in bunch, and you can find verticals or variation of verticals in every single, pretty much every bunch playbook. And for those of you guys who don't know what verticals is, you've been living under a rock, but this is what the play looks like. And there's one simple concept in this play every single year that absolutely dominates. Now, the reason why this is such a good play is because of the options that you have all over the field. It doesn't matter what type of coverage they're running. If they don't know how to stop verticals, you can simply run this play every single down. And it's one of the reasons why this is a play that if you guys are running bunch or you guys are trying to become better passers, this just makes your life 10 times easier. And I'm just going to go over some of the read progressions when it comes to this play and why it's one of the most dominant plays. Now, before I do that, I would like to preface it with saying they should take this out. You take this play out, all of a sudden, you got a bunch of people that run bunch. They will sit there and switch to different formations, and then Madden becomes a little bit more fun again instead of dealing with the same meta for the entirety of the year. So, verticals. If you run bunch, this is something you guys need to have in your arsenal. Now, one of the reasons why I'm talking about gun bunch is simply because even now we are in March. Everybody is still running the same kind of plays. So we're going to go ahead and call every coverage in Madden against this play just to showcase the read progression that you guys can do. So let's start it off with a cover 2. And I'm going to go ahead and block everybody in this cover 2. And I'm going to run the defense simply just exactly how everybody runs the defense so you guys can see. But we're going to start off with a cover 2. And like everybody does, everybody presses their defense. Oh, let me go ahead and press the defense real quick. And I'm going to make sure that the D-line does not end up getting any type of pressure on me. But in a cover 2, in verticals in general, your first read every single time is going to be this outside read here. This is one of the main things that makes verticals, this year at least, so dangerous, is the fact that you have a route that's coming towards the outside that will completely torch a cover 3 or a cover 4 or an inverted cover 2, whatever the case may be. The route's going to get torched. But the problem with it, and why it makes verticals so good, is you can hit it as quick as possible against a cover 3 and against a cover 4. But if you wait against a cover 2, you also end up torching them on the outside as well. So let's go ahead and showcase that real quick. And we wait for O to break open across there. And as you can see, wide open, we pass lead that up and out. And all of a sudden, verticals is literally the greatest thing in the game. So let's switch it, because again, that O route right there, this vertical route that's coming towards the outside, is one of the best routes in the game. It just is. It's one of the quickest, easiest hitting routes that you guys can run. So everything else is obviously, it's a staple of the formation. The vertical, the crossing pattern, and then the spacing between the crossing pattern and then the tight end route coming up with his own vertical wheel route, and then the wheel route coming from the outside. But again, against a cover 2, very, very easy to sit there and wait for that guy to break open. And again, Warren Sapp is lit up, so he's going to get the pressure, whatever. But again, makes your life 10 times easier to have this play in your formation. So let's call a timeout and go ahead and call a cover 3 so you guys can see one of the most important things that you guys can do when it comes to running verticals. Again, one of the easiest plays in the game. So let's go ahead and call verts. Now, against a cover 3 or a cover 4, this is usually what most people do. They press their cover 3 and cover 4. I got mine in cloud flats, whatever the case is. You're going to read this outside cornerback that's on this. That's where this guy's at. Now, there's going to be two separate situations that you're going to have to deal with. A situation like this where it could be potentially man coverage, or they're going to base a line. Wrong controller. Or they're going to base a line, and that DB is going to be all the way towards that outside. But again, your first thing is going to be looking at where this DB goes, okay? On the bunch side, you're going to be looking at that outside cornerback, and if he goes all the way up like normally they do in a cover 3, you're going to go ahead and hit this receiver on the outside super quick. And all of a sudden you're gaining 5 to 10 yards every single time. So let's go ahead and showcase that as a replay, and as you can see, boom, easy 5-10 yards, and you could potentially make a man miss, and all of a sudden this verticals play is literally the best thing in the game already, simply from what it does to a cover 3. Now, you do have to adjust your zone drops on the defensive side of the ball to ever have a chance of stopping this in a cover 3, but as you can see, look at the difference. This guy comes out and you can hit him immediately, and all of a sudden that's a gain of about 8-9 yards. And they have to account for that. They have to keep playing for that. They have to keep adjusting for that route specifically, or else you're going to end up being absolutely cooked. And if they don't guard that, then the rest of the route ends up pretty much wide open as well, because it ends up being a vertical situation, which we all know absolutely destroys a cover 3 in the seams. And as you can see, boom, Kyle Pitts, a nice game for about 20 plus yards. Verticals is the play that needs to be removed from bunch if we want different metas to pop up in the Madden competitive scene, to be honest. But again, if they're not going to remove it, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to dominate out of it. Again, that crossing pattern is literally just the best flood concept in the game, simply because he gets all the way above every single cloud. You don't really have to worry about anything when it comes to that. So let's hop into a cover 4 so you guys can see again, it works against every single coverage, that wheel route. And it's crazy that this play has always been in the game, and there's not really much that EA does about it. I'm just going to call a cover 4 drop contain. So then when you add up all these other formations, all these other plays that are in this playbook, again, you see that guy go down, and all of a sudden you end up gaining 7 yards there, and it's 7 yards plus 7 yards plus 7 yards plus 7 yards plus 7 yards. So anybody else feeling lucky, this is just one, it's just going to be one of those plays that you will always get good yardage out of. So verticals, that's it for verticals. Obviously you have your deep crosser. I just wanted to pretty much specify and showcase this, because this route seems like it's something that doesn't get talked about enough when it comes to people explaining verticals. This is probably the best route in the game. Simple, the best route in the game. Now, how do you defend it? Who knows? But one thing that you guys could do is man this guy up, right? And again, this could go into like ebook talks or whatever the case is. But one thing that you guys could do is man that guy up. So now if we go ahead and try to throw, you know what? Let me go ahead and click off real quick. Let me try to throw a dot. So you can try to man that guy up, right? And this is why every single formation that you guys try to cook up a scheme out of has to have has to have that one play that's like your money play. And a lot of people in bunch think it's double post or double post or double post. But again, verticals is the greatest complementary play that you guys can run out of bunch. And I'm going to showcase why. So again, we've been spamming this route here, and for some reason, number 20 ended up dumbing out. But as you can see, there was a man on him, right? You're trying to man him up so that he doesn't destroy you on that wheel pattern, right? So let's call a timeout. And now we're going to add the most important play, the second most important play in this entire formation, which is double post. So a lot of people question, oh, why is everybody in bunch? Why is everybody in bunch? Why is everybody in bunch? I'll tell you why. Because the double post and verticals completely, they balance each other out perfectly. Why? Because if you have double post in your audibles, right? So I'm putting double post in my audibles, but I'm coming out in verticals. So if you have double post in your audibles and you end up running verticals and you notice that guy that's on the outside is starting to get manned up. Let's say they're running something like this, right? they're playing cover 6 kind of coverage with some man coverage behind it, whatever the case is, right? So O looks covered, X is not. And it's the same concept if you come out of the huddle and they're gearing up for verticals every single time, right? You start to force them to gear up for verticals. So now they start manning up that outside receiver every single time. They start manning up R1 every single time. You know what? Let's put Parham out there and man up R1 here. Now we can audible into double post, and instead of trying to force some kind of route, and it doesn't matter what you're calling on this outside route, right? Your main read in this double post is going to be this right here. So now instead of them forcing, looking at that outside receiver with the wheel route there, now you're going to end up quickly being able to hit the tight end for a beautiful gain of about 10 yards and potentially going for even further. I've seen double post go for touchdowns for a lot of people, but again, it's all about switching up the main target on your offense. And fortunately or unfortunately for us, Bunch has the 2 best plays in the game, and that is double post and verticals. And I just showed you guys exactly why verticals is so important, and then to complement verticals with a play like double post just makes it 10 times better. So if you guys are looking to be better passers in general, you guys got to hop in the meta formations simply so you guys can get your read progressions down in a better format. So you guys can learn how to confuse your opponent in a better format. Bunch is the best way to do that. It just is. It always has been. And the only way that they'll ever nerf bunch is if they take verticals out of the formation. So that's my take on it. Verticals, start running it, start running bunch, hop into the meta and see how many games you guys can win out of hopping into a meta formation like bunch. Just test it out, test the waters, and then once you get comfortable in a formation like bunch, then try to take those same concept and apply them to different formations so you can have a little bit more fun yourself with Madden. My name is Pony Montana. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.